be a little tight down the end, guys. But just fill in where you by your name. We're going to go get started here in just a second. We got Trevor Keels, Jeremy Rote, Mark Williams, Paulo Bencaro, and Wendell Jr. joining us for this press conference. Once Coach Krzyzewski sits down, we'll have him say an opening statement, and then
Carolina Blitz. Wendell, this is for you. Paulo just talked about when you guys got down. When you did get down and Baylor was walking back to take the free throw, the guys kind of seemed to hang their head a bit, and I saw you clapping your hands to get them going. Can you talk about that moment for you as a leader and taking that approach to kind of pick the guys up in that pressure situation?
Yes, I think at that time we kind of had maybe a turnover. Then we fouled him right back there. So my thing was, the game was far from over. It was probably about 3-4 minutes left. There was still so much time left on the clock. I knew we had a chance. I knew once we got our foot in the door, there was no looking back from there.
Luke?
Paulo, Luke DeCock from the News and Observer. You had 3 possessions where you either attacking or guarding Joey Hauser, and you were able to set up Trevor for the 3. You ended up scoring yourself, and then you blocked a shot at the other end. Did you get the sense that you could kind of control the game in that matchup at that point in those last couple of minutes?
Well, first off, he's a great player, and I knew coming in I was going to have to be on my A game, guarding him. But I just wanted to be aggressive. I think early in the second half, I was attacking, and then I got back to settling. And then so down that last stretch, I wanted to just get to the rim and put pressure on the rim. And like you said, I was able to score and then put pressure on the rim and kick it out to Trev, and he knocked it down. So that was just my mindset was, trying to collapse the defense and either, make a play for my teammate or taking advantage of myself.
Mike?
Yeah, this is for Wendell. Mike DeCourcy from Sporting News. When you guys had the possession that led to Jeremy's shot, Paulo brought the ball over you because he couldn't get anywhere against Bingham. So he gets it to you, shot clock's running down. Can you take us through your thought process there, how aware you were of the clock, and how you were able to spot Jeremy open there?
Yes, like you said, the clock was running down. Normally in that situation we call green, which first means we got to get a shot up. We got to get a good shot up. I was just looking at the matchups, and I felt Jeremy had a great matchup. So I just kind of took my one dribble, gave it to him, and then from there he made it happen.
All right here in the middle.
Hey, Wendell, Alex Jackson, the Duke Chronicle. On those last free throws, you seemed to close your eyes and take a deep breath. What were you feeling, seeing on those 2 last shots?
I didn't see anything but me in the bucket. That's my routine. I really had to close my eyes just so I can lock in. I just feel like it's really I'm the only one in there. So no matter how much noise they were making, I honestly didn't hear one thing. So I just stepped up to the line, knocked him down.
David Hill?
Hey guys, David Hale with ESPN. For any of the players, but I was going to ask Wendell in particular. You said earlier this week that this represented what could be the last game for all of you guys as a team, not just Coach K's last game if you were to lose. In that last 4 minutes when you're kind of looking at what might be in front of you, were you thinking about the end for you, for Coach, some mix of the two, and what was sort of the conversation about, like, let's not let that happen?
Honestly, the conversation, lose didn't come up one time.
Yeah, you're not going to talk about losing, or else you're going to lose.
Yeah, and for us right here, just a little quick story. Us 5 got so close over this past year. Earlier this summer, coaches leading enough to allow us to take a trip down to Peach Jam and watch our respective teams play against each other. So all 5 of us crammed up in a car, drove down there twice, actually. So ever since then, we just called ourselves the road crew. We knew it was going to come down to us at some point. So once we got in the huddle, we just looked at each other's eyes, and we knew we weren't going to lose.
Dick Cox, final question for the players.
Dick Cox with Lindy Sports and Cox Sports Broadcasting. This was from Mark. Coach K said you were the goalie today, but you had a huge block towards the end of the game. Not only blocked it, but came up, got the ball yourself. Can you talk a little bit about what happened on that play?
So A.J. Hogarth drove to the rim. I just try to do my best to protect the rim every time, somebody drives. I had the block, and then I just got the rebound, tried to stay in bounds, and then obviously I kicked it out, got another possession for us. I'm not thinking too much about, like, I want to get a block here. It's just more of, like, I want to win. I mean, if that's the winning play, then I'll do it. So, I mean, that's all that really happened right there.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, good job. Enjoy.
Well, we got a few minutes
Enjoy
with
it.
Coach, but
Yeah,
starting
you-
with David
you
Thompson in
guys-
the middle.
Will you guys be able to see your
Right there in the
families?
middle.
Hey, Coach.
Yeah.
Oh, over here. David Thompson, USA Today Network. The last few seconds of the game, Jeremy came over to you. I don't know if he chest bumped you or hugged
No,
you.
I don't have a chest to bump. So,
And that's kind of what I thought. I couldn't quite see it from where I was, but
are you agreeing with?
yeah.
I was looking for a little prop
I mean,
there.
great chest.
All
Great
right,
chest,
thank
of
you.
course. What was that moment like for you, though? Just to
No,
share
it's
that?
great. You know, I love these kids. You know, they're becoming men, and they're so young. And we were young for a little bit at different times today, and they took advantage of it. And then we were so good in the last part of the game. I mean, it just yeah. I can't tell you how proud I am of them because they, you know, we had not been playing well, and we had a hell of a week of practice and camaraderie stuff and whatever, and they believe in one another. And then look, I'm 75. To have moments like that, you gotta be kidding me. Really, how damn lucky can you be to be in that? And I want to share it. I don't want to just sit down and say, "You guys enjoy it." I want to be in the party a little bit, and that's the enjoyment I've had for 47 years. And today was one of the really good days.
Right here on the left.
News and Observer. Specifically about the defense late.
Yeah.
How connected were they? I mean, you've been working on that, I know, all week, and Mark had the block, Paulo Mancaro had the block, and then Wendell the steal at midcourt there.
Yeah, we went to a little bit different coverage in the full court, like a soft press, just so they didn't get a run, because they can really run. And then we started. We were going to switch 1 through 5. And Mark has improved so much during the year in his lateral movement that he can stay in front. And that's what he did, like on that particular play. And then our thing is no threes, no fouls. So we actually did that, and we won.
These are the final 3 questions for Coach, starting with Mike.
Yeah, Mike
Yeah.
DeCourcy, Sporting News. Can you sort of take us a little bit through Jeremy's year? He came out of the starting lineup a couple of times, and then obviously before Friday you chose to put him back in. What he gave you tonight, including that shot.
Yeah, well, Jeremy's had a terrific year, and he's a sophomore. You know, not everyone's one. We had guys. We're playing not today, but guys who are in their 6th year and whatever. You know, along the way, you're going to have ups and downs. He's had many more ups than downs, and a big thing that changed on our team was the emergence of AJ, and so how we did a lineup. And then Trevor got hurt, and Jeremy kind of carried us for those few games. It had like a 8 or 9 to 1 assist to turnover ratio. And then Jeremy came back and he kind of evened out. And then we had that lull for about 10 days, those 4 games. We were 2-2. And when we started the week, we just said we need great ball pressure. And he can do that. And he did that today, but also to lead us. And his scoring, though, has been really, he made some big-time baskets today. It wasn't just that 3. Those drives to the basket were huge. And everybody got energy from him. So, we've never stopped believing in him because he's believable. Yeah, he deserves it.
Right here on the right.
Ian O'Connor, New York Post. When people look to define your legacy and career, they usually talk about the 5 titles and 12 Final Fours, but I believe this is 26 Sweet 16s. Does doing that 26 times, avoiding an early round upset, speak to your program as much as anything?
Yeah, and I didn't know that. I don't, I'm not playing games. I don't know that, but I'm proud of the fact that we've been there for 4 or 5 over 4 decades, that we're at least knocking on the door, and every 5 times the door let us completely in. And I got guys who want to win, and our goal is to win the whole thing all the time, even if we're young. So it says a lot for the caliber of player that I've coached. And like these guys they're good players, but they're really good guys. So you don't go to those Sweet 16s just with talent. You do it with character. And that's what my teams have had. But it's not like I've given them that. We've recruited that, and we've made use of it.
Final question, Michael Rothstein.
Yeah. Michael Rothstein, ESPN. It's kind of a two-part thing, and it dovetails on that a little bit. First, it's also 1,200 wins for you today.
Right.
What does that mean to you? And also that this last tournament for you, you do end up going through Tom Izzo, who you've faced so many times again.
Yeah, really, I said it yesterday. I don't look at records against coaches. Tom Izzo is one of the great coaches, Hall of Fame coach, and a great friend. I'm not going to put that up on my wall, like a record or, but the 1,200 wins is substantial. Obviously, it's a lot of wins, but it's a lot of wins against quality competition. And that's what I'm most proud of. It's not just the number of wins, it's the competition that we've had in order to win. And today was a good example of it. The other thing is I've been fortunate that overall I've had good health, except for the 94-95 season. And I have a great school. So I have great people, good health, great family. Look, for me, one of the best moments for me was turning around and seeing all my grandkids right behind the bench. And they're crying, they're cheering. Wow. I mean, God bless how lucky. I mean, it's so good. It's so good. So 1,200 is great, but that scene was better. Oh, all right, and see you in San Francisco. And by the way, I want to thank the people who've put the tournament on here. I know they got another game, a big game. This city is lights out with their hospitality and the people. We've enjoyed it because we've won, but we were really treated well here. Really treated well. So thank you.
Congratulations and thanks,
All right.
Coach. Appreciate it.